You ever sit and think about how different your life could be if you just did the things you keep telling yourself you'll do? Not just thought about them, not just planned them, not just hyped yourself up about them, but actually did them? Because let's be real, you're great at thinking about change. You're a pro at setting intentions, making lists, watching videos, reading books, doing everything except the thing that actually matters. Execution. See, you don't need another motivational video. You don't need another podcast telling you to believe in yourself. You don't need another deep dive into success habits. You already know what you need to do. You're just not doing it. And that's the problem. People think they're stuck because they lack knowledge, when in reality, they're stuck because they lack action. How many times have you told yourself you're going to start? How many times have you made the same promises, set the same goals, and then watched the days roll by without ever following through? You know what needs to be done, but knowing isn't enough. Thinking about doing something and actually doing it are two completely different skill sets. One makes you feel like you're making progress, the other creates progress. We all have an idea of the person we could be. The version of ourselves that's disciplined, productive, successful. The version that wakes up early, follows through on commitments, and takes control of their life. And then there's the version of us that hits snooze, that scrolls mindlessly, that makes excuses. The difference between those two versions? It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not intelligence. It's what you do with your time. Because at the end of the day, you are what you repeatedly do, not what you think about, not what you talk about, not what you plan to do someday, what you do every day. You say you want to be in shape, but are you actually training consistently? Or are you just watching workout videos? You say you want to start a business, but are you building something, or are you just reading about entrepreneurship? You say you want to improve your life, but are you making real changes, or are you just consuming endless self-improvement content? You can't think your way into a better life. The only way is through acting your way into one. Let's be honest, most people aren't actually putting in the work. They're just doing the bare minimum needed to convince themselves they're trying. You ever set a goal, do one small thing toward it, and then reward yourself like you just ran a marathon? Like, you decide to start reading more, so you download a bunch of books but never actually read them. Or you want to get in shape, so you buy gym clothes but don't go to the gym. That's not effort. That's procrastination disguised as productivity. Real effort isn't comfortable. It's not just checking a box so you can say you tried. It's pushing through the days when you don't feel like it, when no one's watching, when progress is slow. You're not struggling because you're incapable. You're struggling because you keep confusing motion with movement. Let's do some quick math. You have 24 hours in a day. Say you sleep 7 to 8 hours. Work or school takes up another 8. That still leaves you with at least 6 to 8 hours of free time. Now be honest. Where is that time going? If you say you don't have time to work on your goals, but you had time to binge a show, scroll social media, or rewatch old YouTube videos for the 10th time, you do have time. You're just spending it wrong. And before you say, but I need to relax, yes, rest is important. But if your relaxing is just another word for avoiding responsibility, then you're not recharging. You're escaping. If you're exhausted from a long day, fine. But don't complain about not making progress when you choose to spend your remaining hours watching other people live their dreams instead of building your own. Every minute you waste is time you'll never get back. You don't need more time. You need to use the time you already have. It's easy to sit around and wait for the perfect conditions to start, to wait until you feel ready, to wait for a sign, but no one's coming to give you permission. No one's going to force you to work on your goals. No one's going to make you get your life together. This is on you. And if that sounds harsh, good. Because most people don't change until they realize no one is going to do it for them. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. Waiting doesn't build confidence. Action does. Waiting doesn't make you ready. Doing does. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner things will start moving. Most people fail because they try to do everything at once. They get all hyped up, go all in for a week, then burn out and quit. That's not how real change works. You don't get fit in a day. You don't build wealth overnight. You don't master a skill in a week. Change happens when you show up consistently, even when you don't feel like it. It's not about huge, dramatic efforts. It's about small, daily actions that stack up over time. Writing one page a day might not seem like much, but do it for a year and you've written a book. Saving $10 a day might not seem like much, but do it for a year and you've got over $3,500. Working out for 30 minutes might not seem like much, but do it for a year and you've transformed your body. You don't need to do everything today. You just need to start. You ever look back and realize how fast time passes? How months, even years, just disappear? If you keep doing what you're doing right now, where will you be a year from today? Still stuck in the same patterns? Still making the same excuses? Still waiting for the right time to start? Or will you finally break the cycle? At some point, you have to decide. Do you want to keep thinking about change or do you want to actually make it happen? Because the truth is, no one is stopping you, except you. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep playing it safe? Keep overthinking? Keep waiting for the perfect moment? Or are you going to get up, take control, and start now? You tell me.